Welcome on the IT Answers channel. In this video, let's compare Windows 11 23H2 with Windows Server vNext 2025. On the left we have Windows Server vNext 2025, and on the right we have Windows 11 23H2. This Windows 11 is version 23H2 and the server equivalent is 24H2. Windows 11 with the version in question was released in 2023, and Windows Server vNext 2025 is in the Insider Preview program at the time of publishing this video. Windows Server vNext will see the light of day officially as Windows Server 2025 in 2025. They both have various wallpapers. A new default wallpaper has appeared in Windows Server vNext 2025. The lock screen looks the same in both. In Windows 11 23H2 and Windows Server vNext 2025, the login screen background image is blurred. In Windows 11 23H2, there is a power button on the login screen. In Windows Server vNext 2025, there is not. Of course, when we log in this on Windows 11, nothing will appear on Windows Server vNext 2025. It will start up and the server manager will appear on the desktop. The taskbar in both operating systems differs in its content. In Windows Server vNext 2025, you will find neither the Microsoft Store, Copilot, Weather on taskbar. When using the search box in Windows 11, it searches both locally and on the web. You can also click on individual buttons, which narrows down the search for things such as applications, documents, photos, folders. With Windows Server vNext 2025, you can only search locally. The Start menu in Windows 11 is full of pinned recommended or installed apps such as Microsoft Clipchamp, Spotify, Office, which some in size are simply adverts. In the case of Windows Server vNext 2025, there are not a lot of apps pinned as there are few and only the essential ones are included. Of course, on both systems you can add or remove pinned apps and even create folders with apps that will appear as pinned. As I mentioned earlier, Windows Server vNext 2025 has few applications, particularly UWP applications. Some apps are the same as on Windows 11 and some are different in appearance. For example, Terminal and File Explorer are no different. But Notepad from Windows 11 23H2 is different in appearance from Notepad from Windows Server vNext 2025. It works on a similar principle to File Explorer, that is, it has tabs. Notepad, Paint, Snipping Tool from Windows Server vNext 2025 are all applications that originated from Windows 10. The media player in Windows 11 has a modern interface, while only the legacy version is available in Windows Server vNext 2025. The legacy version of the media player can also be run on Windows 11. The calculator in Windows 11 also has a modern interface. There is no UWP calculator in Windows Server vNext 2025. It features the Windows 7 calculator, which is not present in Windows 11 23H2. As far as the Activity Center is concerned, this too differs in terms of content and the possibility of editing it. Unlike Windows 11, Windows Server vNext 2025 does not allow editing of quick settings. Instead, Windows vNext 2025 has more quick settings than Windows 11. The application settings of both operating systems are the same, but in Windows Server vNext 2025, there is no Home and Gaming tab in the settings. In personalization, the transparency effect can be switched on or off in both operating systems. In previous versions of Windows Server, this was not possible and was disabled. The value of space used also differs. Windows 11 23H2 takes up 23 GB on disk, while Windows Server vNext 2025 takes up 8.68 GB. As you may have noticed before, animations, shadows, or other visual effects are disabled by default in Windows Server vNext 2025. In Windows 11 23H2, these visual effects are enabled. The window skin looks similar in both, but in Windows 11 23H2 windows have a shadow, and in Windows Server vNext 2025 they do not. In Windows 11 23H2, when you drag a window around, it moves in real time. In Windows Server vNext 2025, it just moves an outline and the window only moves when you let go. In Windows 11 23H2, when you drag a box on the desktop, it has a solid blue outline and a blue transparent fill. In Windows Server vNext 2025, it has a dotted color negative outline and no fill. They both have the modern mouse cursor. So how to incorporate visual effects on Windows Server vNext 2025? Go to Start, Settings, System, About, then click on Advanced System Settings. We select the Performance settings, then choose Customization for the best look. From now on, the system will look like Windows 11 23H2. Pressing Alt plus F4 on the desktop brings up the classic shutdown dialog in both cases. In Windows 11 23H2, the default action is Switch User, and in Windows Server vNext 2025, Sign Out. In Windows Server vNext 2025, when shutting down via the classic shutdown dialog, you still have to type a description. In Windows Server vNext 2025, when shutting down, it tells you what it is actually doing. In Windows 11 23H2, it just says shutting down. In Windows 11 23H2, it has circling dots above the text. In Windows Server vNext 2025, it just has the text.